Well, he attack me. But Jaden Chase, they have to make the fans them know what really are going on.
Blessings Nation, and now welcome to the channel. Yeah man, Jaden Chase, another one I will bring on another reason on the topic of current affairs. So if you're new to the channel, well I'm suggesting that you click the subscribe icon and of course let your voice be heard. Like and share the video, and yes, drop a comment in the comment section. Now, let's get right into the reasoning. Now Nation, the police commissioner has been forced to admit that several high-ranking police personnel have been charged for the island-wide jailbreaks that we have seen take place across the Jamaican island. And from his investigations, this seems to be a multi-million-dollar racket being operated by corrupt members of the JCF, collecting millions from criminals who wish to not face the court and charges brought against them. May I couldn't hear from the police commissioner himself? And then we're going to continue the reasons. The nation more you look and of course more you listen.
Procedures or protocols will be implemented or reinforced about recording the appearances of inmates arising from the Enzika King matter.
For recording the
Appearance of inmates.
well, as part of our whole modernization of stations and development of that, the use of closed circuit TVs in guard rooms is going to become a feature of our police stations. So we will see images of everybody who comes in and out, and that perhaps would have been useful in that case. As you know, we are in this Get Every Legal Gun campaign. The truth is that people will know where guns are and tell us where it is, and we go and we find them. What I can say is that we use forensics and other scientific methods that we capture the signature of the weapon or capture evidence from the weapon that is then captured in a database that can be used subsequently if people come to notice who exhibit the same, whether it's their DNA on it, whether it is used in other crimes, and that assists us significantly in putting together some of our cases, but also in subsequently arresting people. How we've been operating is that we've been integrating things. So you'll have the territorial police, or CTOC, or the lottery scam task force, and they will be supported by the joint anti-gang task force, and that work is done collectively in an integrated fashion. And we found that this is the best way of using our resources. So although one unit may have lead or another, the joint anti-gang task force is doing its work alongside them and even independently. So they are still recovering some of those guns that you are. We are seeing a 6% decline in murders, a 21% decline in shootings, a 14% decline in robberies, a 44% decline in break-ins, which overall amounts to a reduction of 15% in all major crimes. If we break down the murder figures, this is what we see. Of the 240 murders committed since the start of the year, 75% are gang-related, 12% arose from interpersonal disputes, 5% were committed in furtherance of other crimes, 1% were mob killings, and we still have 7%, which are still being attributed. It's important to note that since the start of the year, there have been 754 major crimes reported in Jamaica. This is the lowest figure since 2010. Let me take this opportunity to thank our partners, particularly the JDF and other local and foreign law enforcement agencies, for their support and collaboration. I also commend my police officers who have been working continuously to protect and serve the people of Jamaica. Of equal importance are those members of the public who have extended themselves to be part of the solution through supporting the various initiatives to reduce crime and violence. We must all make a choice.
Do you support gunmen and gangs who are using these guns to cause death, mayhem, and pain? Or do you want peace and safety? Join us on this journey. Become a part of the solution. Let us get every illegal gun, turn in every gunman, and dismantle every gun. We can all be a force for good in our country.
What new procedures
Yes, nation. And in this day and age, with all our war take place, it is not far-fetched to hear that some citizens of the island believe that the criminal element has been allowed to flourish. Because for one, some members of these organizations are a part of law enforcement. On the other hand, there are members of law enforcement who are willing to take money from criminals to facilitate their lavish lifestyle. There are individuals who would put their case, with them a try bill against another individual, above public safety. So they take information from even a criminal. They may not even protect a criminal. A criminal will carry out violent crimes against other members of his community. But because he might help a specific task force or a specific set of cops with information, some would turn their attention away from these individuals. And of course, the statement would be that this is for the greater good. But some members of the community would disagree. Recently, this was a fixture in Jamaican headlines that an individual was to be extradited to St. Lucia for his crimes committed there. Reportedly paid an officer and then escaped. And for the better part, when these cases happen, we don't go here so Indy come and investigate them. I want to hear nothing more about it. The commissioner said, at best, this is going to take a couple months, but charges have been brought against them and there is enough evidence there to prosecute. And remember, these actions by these corrupt members of the JCF undermine the work being put in by the hard-working men and women who go out there every day and work 13-hour shifts sometimes and I fight the criminal element to create the better Jamaica where everybody want. Even the same people in where break the law. Glad to see the commission admit that there is corruption within the security forces. The next move now is to have new tactics being put in place, additional training given to these men and women in law enforcement. Can we speak of the first world technology and equipment that is needed to fight crime and violence in this day and age? And it's true, we're in full support of that. But we also need first world training for these officers. And of course, people overseas will tell us, yo, law enforcement overseas need a whole heap of work too as well. But you have different things that take place over this. You have racial lines being drawn, class lines being drawn. On the island of Jamaica, for the better part, we have black people policing black people. The only lines being drawn are lines of class, which are something the force itself can deal with. Talk to me in the comment section. Let me know if you feel like an example like this will set the pace going forward. So officers know that not only is the constabulary force looking into its own members, they are willing and able to bring charges against these individuals. And the prosecutors are willing to prosecute these individuals. So that the message can be sent that if you're in the job, are you either linked with criminals, involved in a criminal activity, or I use the uniform and the authority given to you by the government through the people of Jamaica, then, and make this clear, using the authority and the uniform and the service weapon for the wrongs. If that is the case and the evidence is found, then you should be charged like any other criminal. That's the message that the commissioner needs to send. So that at this point in time, trust lost can never be regained. But at least moving forward, people will say, the security force is serious about crime. Crime anywhere. Just like how when people say the security forces Guffey, Royal Reed, after the evidence was brought against him, they must say, wait, them never did expect that. But them know say that is their jobs. And for say them do them job to the best of their ability, of course. Citizens were happy with that. The security forces have a unique opportunity right now for showcase. Watch you know? No matter who perpetrate these acts of crime and violence, we're gonna catch them. We're gonna bring them to the court, and the prosecutors will prosecute. So talk to me in the comment section, nation. You know the sentiments, and for those who don't, well, if you're new to the channel, it's a pass through. Well, I'm suggesting that you click the subscribe icon and then the bell icon and put it on all. And this is how you know you'll be notified of all fresh content as soon as fresh content is uploaded and made available for you right here in the platform. The like icon is also in close proximity to the share icon. Drop a like and bust a share. You know the settings go. And you know the sentiments. You man move settings, fam. And no, we don't need no ladder. And my sentiments for you and yours is, of course, we want to live, love, and prosper. And for to stay tuned until we reason again.